Senator Lindsey Graham joins me now. He serves on the Appropriations and Armed Services Committees. Senator Graham, welcome. Good to have you here.
Good morning.
So, the president's plan, from what we know, would cut $2 trillion, but it would also put in some entitlement changes in Social Security. You think there's an opening here potentially for another grand bargain? How?
Yeah, well, you got to remember the budget of the president as a whole is a tax and spend nightmare. The document as a whole is going nowhere. But within his budget, he embraces change CPI, basically recalculating the benefit formula for Social Security and Medicare, which will save a lot of money over the next 30 years, and the left is going nuts. I want to compliment the president for embracing that change as recommended by Bowles, Simpson, just about every bipartisan group who's serious about budget reform. And he did some things on the Medicare front that are small steps toward entitlement reform.
You say that, this plan could have, I'm paraphrasing you, but could get a guy like me to look at the possibility of increasing revenues. Didn't we already do that with the tax hikes?
Yeah, we did. We had $600 billion of revenues increased at the fiscal cliff debate. What I'm looking for is to save Medicare and Social Security in the country from becoming Greece. Medicare and Medicaid by 2043, Martha, will require 18% of GDP to be funded. We're now collecting 16% of GDP in taxes. So by 2043, those two programs will take up all the revenue we're generating. So you got to change them and you got to save them. So what I'm looking for from the president is let's harmonize the retirement age for Medicare with that of Social Security, adjust it from 65 to 67 over about a 25 or 30 year period. Means test Medicare and Social Security. People my income level should be paying more into Medicare and recalculating Social Security
I don't understand,
and CPI.
Pardon me for interrupting, but that's an idea. If you want to increase revenues from people who are more well off, right? Why wouldn't that be an issue that you could embrace? And I've asked so many Democrats this question, and I would ask the president if I had the chance. Why wouldn't that be a way to get new revenue that you would like?
Listen to this. If you make over $250,000 a year outside of Social Security, under Medicare Part B, hospital and doctor payments, Part D, the prescription drug bill, the federal government gives you a $108 a month subsidy. That's ridiculous. I should be paying that $108 a month. And if you do that among the population as a whole, that saves a lot of money. That's the way to get wealthy people to contribute. You don't want to raise tax rates. I would flatten the tax code, eliminate deductions, buy down tax rates, and pay some debt if he will do serious entitlement reform. So this is a small step in the right direction. And to our friends on the left, if you don't embrace reforming Social Security and Medicare, they're going to die on a vine, going to go bankrupt, and everybody's going to lose.
All right, let's take a look at this immigration plan, because what we're hearing is that the 8 people who are getting together to try to make this immigration reform happen want to come up with something that's so ironclad that all 8 of you would agree that no changes could be made to it. Now, that sounds like you're not going to let the rest of the folks on Capitol Hill have any part in this.
Well, that would be news to me. I don't know how you could write a bill like that, and I surely wouldn't do it. What we're going to do is come out with a roadmap, we think, that will regain our sovereignty, practically deal with the 11 million, but secure our border, control who gets a job. We've lost our sovereignty. Every country on the planet should have the right to determine who comes into the country and under what conditions.
But how do you secure the border? How do you secure the border, Senator, in that plan?
Well, there are 9 sectors of our border. 6 of them are at 90% and above in terms of being secure. You spend more money, you put new technology, but the reason we have 11 million illegal immigrants, they come here to get a job. So you got to have interior enforcement. You secure the border, you control visa overstays. 40% of the people who are illegally, Martha, never came across the border. They overstayed their visa, and we do a good job fixing that. But it's about getting a job. We're going to have an E-Verify system, a national system, so every employer can determine the person in front of them is really here legally or not. And if you hire an illegal after that, you're going to lose your business. That's how you secure the border.
The latest salvo in this, as far as I can tell, is that it's going to cost too much. And I'm hearing that from people on the right and people on the left. Jim DeMint, former senator, came out and said he thinks this whole thing is too expensive to secure the border. Now, that may be just a way to, try to torpedo what he sees as this immigration policy if he doesn't like the whole thing. But also on the left, same thing. Oh, it would be way too expensive to do that.
Oh, let me tell you, what is it worth to secure that border? A lot to me. We've already spent $18 billion since 2006. We'll spend some more money. We're going to spend it wisely. It's about controlling jobs, controlling the border, having a guest worker program so you can access legal workforce when you can't find people here to do a job at a competitive wage. But at the end of the day, I think immigration reform is going to help the economy. There's some reports coming out next week that will show if you legalize this workforce, they pay taxes, they live within the law and contribute rather than live in the shadows.
Don't a lot of them pay taxes
economy.
anyway, though? They pay taxes anyway, and then they can't get the money back out again, right?
Well, some of them pay Social Security taxes, but most of them are paid under the table.
Yeah.
And we need to get that done. We need to fix that. We need them all out of the shadows, biometrically identified. They need to learn the English language as a condition of staying here. They need to pay a fine for the law they broke. They need to pay their taxes. And employers need to document who's here and take out taxes. They need to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. And I think we have a way to do that. I think immigration reform will help our economy if we do it right.
All right. That idea is getting a lot of attention this morning. Senator Graham, thank you very much. Always good to see you, sir.